everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a continuation on last week's. And if you saw last week's video, you would see that I made some bath bombs, and because I couldn't find the citric acid, I went ahead and used lemon as a substitute. I had found a lot of recipes claiming that that would work just as great as the citric acid, but I found out that wasn't the truth. So I decided to go ahead and make the bath bombs with 3 different recipes, just so I can go ahead and find out which one works best, and just so I can show you the comparisons side by side for all 3 different recipes. Alright, and for this video we will be comparing 3 different recipes, one using citric acid, the one used in Lush products, cream of tartar, which is another substitute for the citric acid, and a lemon, which I used in last week's video. I'm going to go ahead and first do is make the base of each of the bath bomb recipes, and it's going to consist of the same recipes to begin with, and then we'll add the different ingredients each. So you're going to need 1 cup of baking soda, half a cup of Epsom salt, 3/4 cup of cornstarch, and you're gonna need 1 tablespoon of water in a separate cup, 3 tablespoons of oil added as well. Those are just the 2 ingredients I have in my mason jar at the moment. So the first one I'm gonna go ahead and do is add the citric acid, and that is gonna be half a cup of the citric acid. Then once I add it, all I'm going to go ahead and do is just mix the products together. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add 20 drops, or it's anywhere from 20 to 30 drops of your essential oil, completely up to you which fragrance you would like to use. Okay, then I went ahead and just added my food coloring. You can use the liquid or the gel that I used. I just used a toothpick and just mixed it in there. Now all I'm going to go ahead and do is just start adding the liquid to the dry ingredients. And you just want to go ahead and do this fairly slowly, because when you do add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients, it does begin to fizzle, and you just want to avoid that reaction for now. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and leave that one off to the side, and next I will be using the cream of tartar recipe, and this one only calls for 4 tablespoons of cream of tartar. Okay, now again I'm just going to go ahead and whisk the dry ingredients together like I did before. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add the 20 to 30 drops of the essential oil into my liquid ingredients. And then I'm also going to go ahead and add the food coloring, and this one is going to be yellow. Alright, now once you have the food coloring mixed in there fairly well, you're just going to go ahead and add it to the dry ingredients as we did before, and I just went ahead and skipped it since I'm only mixing the 2. So now this one is going to be the lemon, and I'm only adding half a cup to the wet ingredients. And then I'm just going to add the essential oils and my food coloring, and the food coloring for this one is going to be orange. Okay, and for this recipe, it calls for you not to use the entire jar of the liquid ingredients since it is a lot more than the other 2. I would say use about half, and that should be enough, opposed to the other 2 where we use the entire amount of the liquid ingredients. Okay, and then after I did whisk this and combine it together, I did already just go ahead and make the molds of the bath bombs that I wanted to make. I just made cupcakes and flowers and just half a ball, or a sphere, half a sphere I guess, and then I just went ahead and let them sit overnight, and this is just the reaction. This first one is the citric acid. and it works perfectly like a regular bath bomb. Once it hits the water, it just begins to fizzle and everything, and then you get the aroma. Okay, and then the next one that I'm going to show you is the cream of tartar. And this one took some time to begin to react. I did start fast forwarding this clip of the video just because it took a little bit longer to react, but it does still give a fairly good fizzle to water ratio, if that makes sense. It does react, but just not as great as the citric acid did, basically. And the last one is the lemon. Now this one, I did fast forward this clip quite a lot since it did take a lot longer to react to the water. And even then, you did just get a little bit of bubbles and then just some of the reaction where the bath bomb just began to dissolve a little bit. But that's pretty much the entire reaction I got just from the lemon bath bomb itself. And that's pretty much all this one gave me, to be quite honest with you. Just some bubbles, and then it just dissolved a little bit. Now this one is just a comparison of all three side by side, just so I can give you a perfect comparison of them all hitting the water at the same time basically, and seeing how they react side by side. Now you see here, the citric acid, as soon as it hits the water, it begins to fizzle and bubble, just the way a typical bath bomb would. The cream of tartar is the second one to start reacting. It just takes a little bit longer. It still fizzles when it hits the water. As opposed to the lemon, that only just gives you a little bit of bubbles and then it just dissolves in the water. It doesn't really color the water like the blue one or the yellow one. So overall, I would say try to get your hands on that citric acid. You can purchase it online. That's just the best way to get a hold of it. And if you can't get the citric acid, I would say go with the cream of tartar. I know that they sell them at some grocery stores in the spice aisle, so that would be another great alternative. Or you can use the lemon. I'm just telling you, you're not going to get the reaction you want, to be quite honest with you. Alright, well everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was pretty informative for your bath bomb DIYs. And I just want to say thanks for watching and please subscribe. Have a great one.